Hi, today is 25 May 2025. In general, we have the day 25 hours are hooks, but we will move not considering this. The hooks is small to segment the groups. Before we kick, welcome to the foreign representative, which is part of the Security Forum USA Brazil that has a criminal organization on it, right? Involving Brazil and United States and other countries. It's a statehood view for criminality. I am your guide here because you can trust no one, sad but true. This was our week, as we could observe, and we are following since 2014 because I required. We had on Monday the recovering point object, right, which was the systemic crime in Brazil. 2014 discovered. They got in touch with United States and others. We on 2018 we suffered an ambush. 2018 we started to have severe problems. 2022 we had the case conclusive. Since that time I'm trying to get out and let you do your job, but seems I'm in a permanent extra overtime outage. 2025 we have 3 structured cases against the same object. By my part, no penny forgive. It's 164 trillion against the statehood, 60 billion against the city Rio and Saquarema. Consider all other involved, embedded that this is repulsive statehood. The second case, the Digital Society Deutsche Bank, 20 billions. And the third one, everything they touch and modify it to keep this criminal system, estimated 10 billions. By my part, has no penny forgive, no representative allowed to forgive a single penny. It will be paid until the end of time. The complaints corruption as premise of solidarity interaction through the institutional system, the treasonals, the conspiracy to change the law by the conjuring, at this attempt, the conspiracy to do the conformance and the conjuring, changing the law, the constitution, the regulation, is treasonal acts. All combined, doing this as a state power and power misuse. This is the issue at the International Criminal Court. You got in touch with everything and have the decision strictly about this. The power misuse as institutional corruption. The OAS specified against human rights, the antitrust as finalism, trust and economic advantage, and this the others, right? Not considering the current judges very corrupted, mostly all leaders and authorities on heroin, drug dependence. They mean nothing to the dealers. My suggestion is have the safe passage until the source of the ultimate pleasure, to be in touch there, get what they need, and they won't gonna have safe passage back. Their situation will be seizured, they will have a small portion, and they will be kind of without storages, forced to be always there and be the catering service properly delivered, right? And other details you had. Also, we had the new case as paradigmatic behavior, treasonous practices by those criminal authorities that in the past they kind of have the concurrent interaction against the nation, against the treasury, the people, to sustain their own vices, but the vices now are exclusive, right? Pushing the crisis inside. The need they have as heroin dependence, as corporations or state, public system, indeed is something curious because the drug dealer in this field, the dealers have the power, right? And you will control the dealers. The dealers will give you the list of criminal authorities. They have such a deep need on heroin that they will eat a cup of shit dogs to get their portion they need, right? The relevant payment indeed is not relevant. Just their submissive and subservient continued condition. The ladies probably fucking dogs or animals. It's part of the nature and the scenery they set against themselves by self-determination and self-confidence as criminal authorities. Even advised, the heroine has such a huge rush that you can die, and they will be in the place you need. You control the dealers will give you the least examples of these outrageous situations. It's the leaders we have when they call attention at the television, the democratic period or something like this, you show the image to show the nation or whatever what they are all about. The systematic damage they made against the property license relations, all these is structured in 3 cases. We have the structured public data in Brazil, considering the law about the immaterial protection. USA, Europe, Japan, they didn't respect it. Why they deserve to be respected? By reciprocity, no commitment at all. Brazil Constitution, Article 74. It's an integrated fail. You can claim against one institution against them all. The 23, it's the fail they had. They must accomplish the law and the Constitution. They did. They made a conspiracy to modify, a conjuring, the conspiracy to do the conformance, a conjuring to modify. The 3 is no practice. The first goal as charge is the public incomes, in general the taxation they do, right? You have systems to research everything you need. The system of operations and budget, SIDOR. The as transaction, SIOP, integrated system of operations and transactions, and SIAFI, which is the financial system, public. With peers on it, corporative, doing what they are doing, blazing act white collar crime, including the stalk to default discredit and sold the rights. Guarantee 22. It's a guarantee, be totally satisfied. Guarantee 41. The law will do the consequence against what they did, even as international law locally applied. Guarantee 33. Open data. You will ask them, for instance, the procedure they did in Saquarema tiny city, which is a tiny city, is easy to work. You will seizure the procedure, get the information in signatures, arrest the variables, hearing, procedure them all on your soil. Some will be under imprisonment. The dismissive list is already said. During the imprisonment, some of them under capital penalty, but at least one state at this statehood by the cost of renounce a sovereignty against the object. We did the open data, something assumed by Brazil as Commissive Commission, Article 13 of the Criminal Law. Fake record is a crime, Anglestone 313A of Criminal Law, Brazil. In United States, the reading is obstruction of justice. One of the specific crimes by the judicial power, like prevarication and malfeasance. The law 7492, Article 1, is about white-collar crime in Brazil. The transnational organized crime 12,850, Article 1, 2, 3, by any way who is involved or supporting is considered part of the transnational organized crime. They must talk a lot of things, and the criminal groups, maniac, heroin, drug lords, will chase them and eat them alive, probably. This was our very, sensible week. Before we talk more, we are doing this by the Portuguese Constitution that has one of the guidelines, do not have any kind of interference in others domestic issues, but we are inside the international issue as relation which affects straight Portugal and also the European Union. right? We are using the necessary powers to the construction of the European Union and the deeper layers health, of course, considering the democracy, peace, economic progress, justice, and the relation between the people. The statehood is a treasonous object against all people. We have total legitimacy to act by the Portuguese Constitution, the Brazilian Constitution, the American Constitution, or anything you need. The object, institutional corruption, has no excuse. You, international authority, as military defense USA, and your peers that you are also represent the NATO, you do not forget this. You will talk straight with the chief, as Article 84, Brazilian Constitution, clauses 6A, 7, and 8. It's the presidential chair. If I'm doing no wrong, 76, with assistance of the state ministries that had the management of the public administration. And the Article 142, the presidential chair has the supreme command of the military forces that must have the good judgment about absurd orders like paramilitary and treasonous practice. If they had self-determination, you have them listed to your statement, presenting to your US defensive system, and so the NATO. Brazil is an extra ally. Right? The other thing, you will check the Article 144. It's the security system. All police is involved, supporting the crime. All concurrent on fraud and public crimes. Nowadays, to sustain the vices, like in the United States, in other areas, they had a disruption with the traditional corporative groups that are using the inflation to boost the price at essential items. It's looked like this by the trades we are following. To have as a similar taxation process at the consumer market against the people, against the consumers. It's a diffuse threat to sustain their own vices, because the public taxation isn't enough to share the need they have. Each packet, for instance, they need as heroin, it's about $1 million, right? And they are not in the mood, as you can observe, at least since last year, to have only one. At this field, the drug lords has the power. If your authority is at them, the drug lords are running your system. By this, we have an international task force to control the drug lords some way, in the way suggested, right? And you will observe that, for instance, the essential price made at the items at your consumer nets indeed will sponsor the shareholders of this kind of overpriced practice. To sustain the heroin that you want never will be enough. In the same way, the taxation by the governments that is following the same process, because we have leaders, CEOs, board members, not so deep, but people holding in general the power on misuse by drug dependence. And that this kind of drug dependence, heroin, the serious thing, they have no idea which is the real shit, the real situation, the hot stuff, and the real thing. But the serious thing must be at the spot. They have free passage to go, not free passage to come back, seize the situation, and they will be in a permanent hush and a struggle between themselves. We will have even more things from them, right? You will talk with the prosecution in Brazil, Article 129, the Congress, Article 56 and 55 of the Brazilian Constitution, the judicial power 102 that do not accomplish the Constitution from the top. This is your partner at the US Security Forum, and thinks that USA has the same problem. The main priority of the FBI is the public corruption. So the international police and the UNODC, you must be a predator and fulfilled by hate against the enemy, but not feeling the hate in the moment you strike. Cold as ice. Have a terrific night, Saturday, and enjoy the ride here. Do not eat out your place. Stay on your homeland because it's necessary for your security. Have a good night.